Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us here tonight. My name is Liz Tolles, and I'd like to welcome you to the 6th Annual Poker for Diabetes Member Appreciation Night and Annual Fundraiser. For those of you who don't know me or why this cause is near and dear to my heart, I'd like to give you a bit of background. In 2008, my now 6-year-old daughter Peyton was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at just 8 months of age. Fast forward 6 years, and her dad and I are now old pros at the daily routines of diabetes, which include things like finger pokes, daily injections, counting carbohydrates, quarterly blood work, and all the other aspects of managing this disease. But we aren't the only parents here tonight who struggle with these daily challenges. If you are the parent of a child with type 1 diabetes, please stand and stay standing. Now please stand if you or a member of your family have been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes. As you can see by looking around, the majority of the room is now standing. These are the faces we hope to honor tonight, and we want to thank you for joining us. Please be seated. As parents of a child with type 1 diabetes, we often wonder, will my child be able to do all the things that a child without type 1 diabetes will be able to do? For the most part, the answer is yes. With enough planning and preparation, a child with diabetes can do just about anything a child without diabetes can. But the thought of sending a diabetic child off to the normal experience of summer camp can be a little bit terrifying. Although we are personally a few years away from this, we are excited to know that Camp Gene Nelson and programs like it exist. Camp Gene Nelson is a summer camp designed for children between the ages of 8 and 15 who live with type 1 diabetes. Along with a team of physicians, nurses, and dietitians, the volunteers and counselors at this camp care for up to 210 campers each summer. The program starts registering in January, and it sometimes fills up within days. Summer camp is an opportunity for growth on many levels. It gives a child the opportunity to be physically active, to make friendships that will last a lifetime, and to flex their independence. For a child with diabetes, it's also an opportunity to learn to manage their diabetes independently without mom and dad around. Many of the alumni recall that summer camp was the first time they administered their own injections or did their own pump site insertion. These are both huge accomplishments for a child with type 1 diabetes. Over the past 6 years, with your support, the Poker for Diabetes Foundation has managed to raise over $60,000, which we've donated to Camp Gene Nelson and the programs like it. We want to thank all of you for making this possible. In addition to all of our wonderful sponsors here tonight, another magical thing happens each year. Signs are hung, tables are loaded and unloaded, drinks are poured, cards are dealt, and everywhere you look, there's a smiling volunteer with their sleeves rolled up, ready to work. Without our volunteers, tonight could never happen. Please help me in congratulating and thanking our volunteers with a round of applause. In closing, I'd like to thank you for your support over the past years. We're so very grateful for you and for seeing you every year. And thank you for being a part of this wonderful cause this evening.